You are listening to a podcast of the Geek.io Media Network. For all of our shows and more, visit geek-io.net. And to help support the network, head over to patreon.com/geekio.
Now for a lesson.
Konbanwa, Anime Otaku Show e yokoso. Good evening. Welcome to the Anime Otaku Show.
You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean.
Remember, we will be discussing all episodes up to the ones we talk about tonight. Anata go supporter o kinishi nanara soyo. If you don't mind spoilers, welcome.
Go beyond! Plus!
Mew. Mew.
Sensei says, Konbanwa, minasan. This is the Anime Otaku Show, episode 19, and he's your host. Sensei, I'm here, though no one asked me to be, because I have nothing better to do today, Boat. And joining him into the magical worlds of anime are yours truly, Josh, Try My New Bread McGrath, Carrie, Psychotech Mega God Armor Wilcox, and Justin Funyan Carroll. Always, as always, keeping us alive and online is Raul
Meow.
Garza.
So I'm just gonna assume from the discussion that we just had here, this really long, thrilling, deep conversation that we all really fucking love Planet with.
We'll get there. What are we talking about tonight, Justin?
Tonight's
Josh
shows
did
are
the
My
intro.
Hero- Oh well, yeah. Tonight's shows are My Hero Academia, season 3, episode 14. Create those Psycho ultimate moves. Darling in the FRANXX, the finale, episode 24. Never Let Me Go. And Planet with, season 1, episode 1 and 2. Light 7 Flashes and Nebula Soldiers.
All right, so let's go ahead and waste no time. Go ahead and hop right into My Hero Academia. So they gave us the whole thing of last episode right off the rip, and again, like 30 seconds of it, I cried again.
Why is All Might such a good dad?
For the
Right?
CJ does actually have a soul.
But you want to know what another proof that you want to know the solid proof of him being a good dad? New intro hype!
New intro hype. So I love
New
the old
intro hype.
opening, but this one is also really, really good.
I did not like it. I'm so glad we got a new intro, and I really enjoy this one.
What?
Just proving
You
my
don't like
theory that only My Hero's good intros are 1, 3, and 5.
Man,
So,
you don't like Odd
I
Future?
love-
I don't. I don't. Well, no, I like Odd Future. I don't like it paired with the.
The
It's not a
visuals.
good intro. It's not a good intro for me.
Okay.
Like it fell flat as an intro. I've since listened to the full song. Like I dig the song. It's not a good anime intro. Certainly not for My Hero.
I liked it because it was different. But moving on to the new one, I love Deku coming out hesitating, and you just see All Might's
You
arm just shove him forward.
Yes.
That visual
Do it,
is so
boy.
fantastic because it's All Might, proper muscle form, prime All Might, shoving him forwards, and then when the camera pans back to him running, it's real All Might standing there behind him.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It is fantastic. So
Hey.
I sobbed.
And
So I don't know if I'm seeing something wrong here with our Twitch stream.
What?
I'm still seeing. Oh wait, there
Yeah.
they are.
You say no, we are definitely good.
Okay, for some reason it kept on showing 20xx footage. So okay, we're good now. Sorry.
Wait, 20xx footage?
Yeah, like videos, like gameplay.
so yeah, so we get the flashback of All Might being super dad, and I promise I'm gonna raise you.
Yes.
And it turns out All Might went to the bookstore, you guys.
Oh,
He
I
went-
did,
He did him some learning.
he got the book and he got
Dog-eared
the
the fucking back, and Rachel loved it. Rachel squeaked out loud after seeing Even idiots can be teachers.
Right.
He did it. He did
And it shows
guys.
that the book had wear on it. He had tabs. He had bookmarks.
He dog-eared that thing to hell and back, man.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, he probably stayed up all night reading that thing cover to cover multiple times.
any
Yeah.
person like my daughter who is a big fan of not dog-earing books, it drove her crazy. She's like, why would anybody do that, Daddy? I'm like, because he's getting his learn on.
And talking about All Might is that it's just not him helping Deku grow. They are both growing.
Yeah.
They are, because he's always been, number one pretty much from the beginning, and he's always been kind of separated from everybody around him because that's what happens when you're number one. That's what we saw with Izuku at the sports festival. It's very isolating.
Yeah.
And he put himself on that pedestal on purpose to protect the world, basically, to become that symbol, to become that deterrent. And now all of a sudden he got himself a son.
Yeah.
Boy.
And there was something that I read, or that I was one of my guilty pleasures is like competition shows, and the biggest one that I love is American Ninja Warrior, and I promise there's a point to this. And something that I heard that actually stuck with me is one of the best competitors there. He's like they constantly rag on him for being behind everybody. It's like, when you're first place, you can only look back. I get to look forward when I'm in second. First place is crippling. Like, yeah, you're ahead of everybody, but
You don't know where to go from there.
yeah, there's no going forward. Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
it's always like you never want to go first in anything.
Exactly.
Because if you go first, you don't have a goal to reach.
Exactly. Yeah, because you are the goal.
Yeah, and now All Might is forced to step back and guide the next generation, and boy, is he taking that to heart.
Yes,
I
he
do.
is.
I love the in the intro, by the way, with Shoto and fucking Endeavor, like back to back doing stuff together. Like that was fantastic to me. Like I have a good feeling about this season, and this season is the last one I actually know what the hell is like actively going on in the anime or in the manga, because like I am not like I stopped after the one for all or all for one reveal. Like
So we're gonna get into what people consider to be okay arcs. I personally like them a lot. Also, this upcoming arc is one that I forgot about, but once I saw some characters in the opening, I got very excited.
yeah, I got excited when Best Girl came back.
Yeah, did you get that guy with the big gauntlet?
Yeah.
The like it looks like he's doing tornadoes. Become hype, and you will love it. He's amazing. Well, you see him next episode, I guess.
One thing I noticed was that All Might, I almost forgot his name. I was gonna call him
How dare you?
I was gonna call him One for All. I mean, which was his quote.
That's would be fine. I mean, there are worse.
So
call.
All Might just didn't focus on Deku. He moved on to the other students. He gave the advice.
And that's what he's doing. He's trying to be a leader. He's trying to be a teacher now.
Yeah, and it's
because
just like, I can't teach you by just giving you the answer. You have to figure it out.
And
Yes.
not to mention, because they're at school, he can't appear to be playing favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's there now. Like,
Yeah, but like the fact that he's not just handing out the things, he's actually trying to encourage the kids to find their own answers.
and bison looking motherfuckers. I'm playing the intro right now. I'm replaying
man.
the intro. That dude just like I saw the guy with the cape and the hat, and I'm just like, that's M. Bison. Don't fuck with me. When the hell's M. Bison getting on my goddamn My Hero?
You mean
Their
Balrog?
school uniform is pretty great.
Wasn't it the other way around? Wasn't it Balrog?
It was originally Balrog.
Because M. Bison was supposed to be the black boxer.
Yes. But turns out when translating to America or getting Americans involved, having a primarily black beast be the black guy doesn't turn out to be very happy for American audiences. So
Yeah.
Right.
So we're learning our special moves today, you guys.
yeah,
Ore no hisatsu waza.
AP shot.
The ogi, however you say.
Tsukuyomi being a
Secret.
badass like always, fantastic. Love his absorbing, getting himself cloaked in dark shadow.
Oh, yeah.
and his training. It was
good
the cave.
Tsukuyomi is his freaking superhero name.
Yeah.
Don't at me,
Yeah.
yo.
Yeah. And
Don't
his
at me,
training
don't at me.
was the suppression training inside the
Yep.
cave. It's like,
I like
warning.
the loading bar
Suppression in
under
progress.
suppression in progress.
Shooting my acid out of my hands like this.
Yeah, ultimate move, shooting by acid. Come on now.
Yes, but if
It's
you put
like-
your hands
it's like-
together like a nozzle,
It's
just
like a hose.
What was the? Oh yeah. What was the name of the clone hero?
Ectoplasm.
ectoplasm.
Yeah.
Ectoplasm.
Like, hey, old guy, this one
I
died.
died. Give me
I
another.
killed this one. Give me another one, fam.
Oh, Bakugo.
Oh man, Bakugo is like. You're right. You learn to love Bakugo.
Yeah, he is the shoutiest of boys. And after the All for One arc, where he basically bucks what everybody's expressions, like for somebody who's genre savvy, watching that arc, you think, oh, okay, here's his villain turning point. And then he's like, no, fuck you guys. I'm gonna be the best hero ever. And then from that point on, you just love Bakugo. He is still the most angry boy.
Oh
but-
yeah, he's like
Angry, react some way.
Yeah, it's like he is literally pissed every time Deku gets another leg, not above him, but just that he's
Legs.
growing. That like, why is he getting stronger?
Yeah,
Because legs.
Yes.
well, this whole time he thinks that Deku's pulled a fast one on him.
Yeah, he's been
That
hiding
was
his
the
power
thing.
for years, and
Growing up, Deku was his bottom rung standard.
Right.
Yep.
I am so amazing because I'm so much better than this worthless, quirkless kid who, kind of idolizes me. Because
And
you see
then-
that a lot in the flashbacks, is that, Midoriya is right up there with the rest of everyone. You're so amazing.
yeah.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, the hell he's able to throw a ball farther than me. The hell's going on here?
But then when you see him creating his AP shot, what does he do? Something that Josh pointed out to me when we were watching it.
Oh yeah, this is unfortunately a something where the issue of sub versus dub comes into play. You would not get this in the dubbed version because it's in English. But when Bakugo is attempting to create his AP shot, and he succeeds in creating it and blows the hole through the concrete pillar, I'm sure they translated it for the dub, and the subtitle says, "I did it." The word he uses is Dekuta. He's using the form of Deku that Deku is basing his hero name on.
The dub isn't in existence yet, so I don't know.
But yeah, I'm sure they'll just dub it as "I did it." But if you're listening it into the dubbed form, you're not going to get that, and it's a nice little touch.
It
See,
is.
I didn't capture that at all. But that's me not really grasping the Japanese language as much as I would like.
Mm-hmm.
So that is completely lost on me, even right now.
But yeah, you notice too, Bakugo is starting to become, even though he is still the shoutiest of boys, he is still the most angry boy. He's starting to use that anger to propel him forward rather than just lashing out and aggressing at everything. like where he's actually focusing his power into one point to shoot through 3 fucking walls.
Yeah.
Right.
And then comes the moment. Well, Deku's like still trying to figure it out most of the episode. What did All Might mean? That I emulate him too much.
The thing is that what kind of irritated me about this is he literally learned this exact freaking lesson with Gran Torino. Like, God damn it, Deku.
Well, no, the thing was, Gran Torino said basically the same concept, but did not, give him the answer. When he was training with Gran Torino, the lesson was, don't try to put everything in one spot. That's how he came up with full cowling. But Gran Torino never said anything about, hey, don't just swing with your arms all the time. He just said that you trying to imitate Toshinori is a drawback for you.
Yeah, like he was leading him down that road, but like All Might, he didn't want to just give away the answer. And Deku, being so used to seeing All Might punching, thinks that that's how you have to use One for All. And then they go and see Power Loader, who
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
Best girl.
And his apprentice.
Oh!
I actually think, like, thinking on it, I might actually enjoy Hatsume more than just the smidgiest more than Sue.
Suyo?
Because she's my kind of crazy.
Okay, makes sense.
Like, she's not evil crazy. She's just my kind of crazy.
she is some kind of crazy, all right.
She's the manic pixie.
Exactly, and I love the manic pixie.
She is 300% energy all the time, never look back, just go, 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 go.
And she broke the fuck out of both Deku and Ochako at the same time.
Oh!
She don't care.
She doesn't even realize. I don't think she notices anybody in that way whatsoever. And
what are you doing? Touching his body. What does it look like?
Meanwhile, Uraraka is very much aware, or is at least is becoming very much more aware of her feelings for Deku than she used to be.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like Hatsume rubbing up all over her man.
Let me get at your boy. Also, my cat is really invading my personal space right now.
Like cats do.
And that's
like Hatsume does.
Exactly.
Does she kind of give him the hint because she gives him like these like power boots, and when he's asking for something for his arms.
No, she just gave him the whole fucking suit.
Oh yeah, that's
Here,
right.
use this Iron Man suit.
They
almost
kind of
fine.
So they kind of just go.
They almost Iron Man 2 where that test pilot just.
Oof.
I'm pretty sure that was the reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you look in the pile of her discarded support items, you can see a broken Mega Buster.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's part of where May's growth is going to come in as well, I think, because she hears, I need something for my legs, and immediately puts thrusters on Ida's arms. Or I need something for my arms, and gives Deku an entire full body power suit that will end up actually just hindering him by the time he can actually use One for All appropriately. She is crazy, innovator, goes off on all these tangents. She just needs to learn to listen to what people actually need a little bit more. But at the same token, her crazy ideas give Deku another crazy idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Breaking news! Deku discovers legs!
Oh my god. Oh, right before we go into that, and Ida's like, you used me as a billboard during this sports festival.
Oh,
I don't
yeah, I did
remember
do
that at
that.
all.
By the way, I love him trying to sneak over to Power Loader to get what he needs to try and hide it from her, and she just immediately beelines over to him.
What'd you say?
Also, personal favorite Ida moment of the episode when they're brushing
Brushing his teeth, he's still doing it.
Also, another good Ida moment is him and Ochako when they're walking down the hallway to go see Power Loader in the studio, and they're just chatting, having a good time, BFFs, talking whatever. Don't run in the hallway.
And
Always.
then the
Always
workshop
Japanese.
blows up, right?
Hi, Death by Mage. But yeah, that's Ida in a nutshell. That's why he's class rep. He can go from 0 to don't run in the hallway in 2 seconds flat.
And it's not a good workshop unless you don't have at least one explosion a week in it.
Right.
And the thing is, I love it, like Power Loader. Like you don't get much of Power Loader, like, but you get enough. It's like, yeah, hey, yes, she's crazy, but she is never going to stop. She will become the best. She is not afraid to fail. She will continue, and she will be everything. You will go to her.
Her quart isn't
her quart.
Quark.
It's a little bit more than a pint.
Her quirk isn't.
I mean, she's definitely more than a pint.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not super genius. She has very good sight.
Her quirk is zoom vision.
Yeah, she has eagle eyes.
That's it. Everything else is all her, and it's wonderful that way.
Yeah, her and Deku, or she and Deku rather, are kind of kindred spirits in that way. They are both otaku, and they literally call Deku an otaku in the Japanese.
Yeah. Oh, they actually do in the dub. It came around.
Oh, that's fantastic.
They just call him an otaku. Like
that is hilarious, and I love it. I'm glad that they kept that word in there. And they he is for heroes specifically, and she is for gadgetry.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Power Loader points out, hey, that mountain of junk in the corner, that is everything she's made in the past 4 months.
Yeah, just the pure like respect. Like he has nothing but respect for her, and I love that. Like, you know, in any other anime, it would have been, oh, she's failed this much or anything like that, or he would be a lot more angry about the explosions instead of no good workshop without at least one explosion a week. But you're taking it maybe a little far.
I like Rhino's point too. She's got a very narrow field of vision in general. She's very obsessed with her babies, so Rhino finds it awesome that her quirk is zoom vision.
Yes.
Yeah, she hones in. And sometimes she hones in a little bit too far, but that's part of...
She's got that tunnel vision going.
Yeah. But again, everybody in this series has room to grow.
So, quick thing on the last leg of this episode.
Yeah.
That's a real knee slapper.
So Bakugo, when he's developing his move, the AP shot, the armor piercer, part of the pillar falls off, heading straight for All Might.
Yep.
And then out of nowhere, Deku comes out using All for One, One for All, and just obliterates this piece of rock.
Deku just covers legs.
Using movements that nobody has ever seen him use before.
Yeah.
And All Might does not even flinch, even though he cannot hold muscle form and there's a boulder coming straight at him. He sees what used to be this scared, wimpy, scrawny shrimp of a kid growing, and all he does is smile.
Right.
And meanwhile,
Aizawa's smile.
Proud dad smile, and meanwhile Aizawa's jaw fucking drops.
Yeah. So, and I don't remember them ever bringing this up, but do they now know, like, they never got into really like who heard All for One saying, or One for All rather, saying Izuku is the new inheritor of All for One.
No, nobody knows other than the school.
Knows this.
Okay.
Recovery Girl knows. All Might knows. Gran Torino knows.
Okay.
And the principal?
I think the principal is included.
And probably, I mean, even if he doesn't like directly, I mean, his quirk is knowing that kind of shit. So
what about the his best friend, the cop?
I don't think so. I think he just thinks he's super strong.
No, I think he knows.
He knew the truth about All Might being limited in what he could do.
Yeah.
And he knew the truth about
I don't think he knows about the nature of One for All. I think at this moment, the only people who actively know what
Actually-
One for All is and what it entails is obviously All Might and Midoriya, All for One, which he ain't saying anything,
Yeah, until it's right to
and
do so.
Recovery Girl.
I'm thinking Tsukauchi might know because he was tracking All for One. And I remember when we were watching with Rhino, he talks about only a few people know the nature of his quirk, and one of the people he mentions is a close personal friend, and you see Tsukauchi's silhouette.
That's a possibility.
So I think he's All Might's police contact for All for One related stuff.
I still think that there is a possibility that Tsukauchi is the mole.
Yeah,
But that's just a
That
huge
would
red
be
herring at this point.
Really, really vicious twist.
I think there's too many red herrings there for that to be the actual case, and I think the other too many red herrings is Denki Kaminari being the mole. But we'll see. We still have no
or
legitimate.
you think
proof.
the mole could be the rat and be the principal?
No. You know who I'm talking about, right? The electric kid being the mole?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that they just get him when he's in super dumb mode and can't shut up about things?
No, I think that he does that as a cover and that that's not actually him. I don't think he actually has a weakness like that.
I still don't think it's in the students.
Might have both.
They wouldn't pull a Soul Eater and like make it the nurse, right?
No.
A Recovery Girl. I mean, there's
Recovery Girl is too good for that world.
I mean, there's a
Eventually-
chance because you do kind of run into this show does play with tropes, but sometimes playing tropes is playing them straight. Because once you have subverted expectations so much, the only way to subvert the expectations further is to do the expectations.
True.
So, I mean, there is a chance that the sweetest girl could be, the mole, could be the bad guy.
Also, everybody remember what CJ just said because I'm going to come back to it later in the episode.
Oh, me too. Oh, me too. But yeah, I mean, this was a good episode to start our new half season.
Yep.
Got good new intro, got good stuff. I really enjoyed it.
New costume.
Yeah, new costume hype. And it looked kind of like the his leg armor looks a little bit like what Hatsume would show off or a version of what is, because I thought I saw an exhaust port on there, kind of releasing energy, if anything.
It's like metal grating.
Okay.
At the front of his shoes.
Okay.
Basically to make them. He's basically got steel-toed kicks.
Yeah. Now Kiki boy. All right. So then let us finish off the arc of what we've been dealing with now. Darling in the FRANXX finale.
Never let me go.
Never let me go.
Never gonna make you.
All right.
We've all got words, obviously.
Let's first of all, I'm gonna make everybody pissed off at me. I didn't love this.
So no, that's not even you're not wrong. This episode simultaneously had way too much and not enough.
Yes.
I was talking to my wife's cousin, and gosh, it's just as people on the internet know at this point, I'm an expectant father at this point, and
Yep.
CJ is a father of 2 kids, and
Yes.
so you got the parental feels from this episode at least a little bit.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
They did do a very good job at giving you the parental feels, giving you those kind of things.
Right.
It did well on its person developing. Its universal development or even conclusion was nil.
Yeah, I want to go into a really quick, funny, but also entirely plausible conspiracy theory that happens to be prevalent in Japanese anime right now.
Okay, hang on. Tinfoil hat coming.
Yeah, tinfoil hat. Put it on.
Do they think that Virum actually got them all?
Well, no. 1 second. So there is a prevailing theory that people think that Yoshitoshi Abe, wait, no, that's not his. Well, Prime Minister Abe, in the last 15 years, birth rates in Japan have gone down significantly. Every year, they never go up in the last 15 years. And people blame anime and manga for declining birth rates. And people believe that the government has put into play certain propaganda into anime and manga to promote the goodness of having children, such as these character arcs, being fulfilled in the end by every single character basically having babies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like that makes sense. I mean, kind of went to say a similar situation as in with Naruto.
Right.
Naruto, abort all of the babies.
Yep.
One thing I do with the whole, like, the universe not getting enough conclusion / development at the end, I agree with you, but I also think that that's kind of the point. If they're going to wrap it up in one episode, the point of the story from beginning to end has been the kids themselves. And if you had to emphasize one more than the other, I think it was really important to drive home the people and how they change, how they grow, how they adapt, how they're coming to terms with the fact that everything they've known is A, a lie, and B, gone.
Yes, and
but another thing about that is that I was, of course, right after I watched this episode, I cried my father to be tear, and then realized this is a bit too much like some of the other Gurren Lagann endings. Well, not Gurren Lagann. Trigger endings and Gainax endings, for me to like really think that this was like a super fantastic conclusion, especially with the fact that they didn't beat Virm. The two main characters died.
That's the thing. That's basically the condensation of my only real problems with the ending, because I enjoyed it. I thought it was a nice ending. The ending was too much A1, not enough Trigger.
Yes.
Exactly.
Well, okay, you had a little bit of Trigger in there with the final fight. That was Trigger.
Yeah, I mean, both the main characters dying.
Like... Even the final fight wasn't Trigger, because if the final fight was Trigger, what would have happened was the entire episode, save for maybe the last 5 to 10 minutes, would have been dedicated to the fight itself. The bomb would have detached from the bottom of Strelitzia. Hero would have been absorbed into the bomb. It would have become its own mecha.
Yep.
And then those two would have beaten themselves to near oblivion against Virm, which would have evolved into a super consciousness form based on all the ships around. And then Strelitzia and the bomb mech would have fused together into a final form to destroy Virm.
Yeah, and the planet was going together with all of the robots together, and the planets and the robots, the planets and the ships would become their own mecha, and it would just be this gigantic, huge mecha riding another mecha inside of another mecha, fighting a mecha with a bunch of mecha robots inside of it with giant floating heads.
We did get the end product of Golden Strelitzia doing the Gainax pose.
Yeah,
I was okay with that. That was enough of a throwback.
And not to mention the whole us becoming one thing, like that's been the theme since the very beginning.
Yeah.
Right.
And Hero went full blue, which was nice.
Yeah.
He became the Blue Oni like we knew he would.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I did like how they kept skipping and hitting important moments back on Earth. Like, okay, it's been 70 days. It's been 8 years. It's been tough because we've had to not rely on magma energy. We have to become self-sufficient. when we have nothing to begin with but rations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
And-
did? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, even though this did seem too normal, remember at the beginning we were talking how fucked up this world is and how these poor kids are being subjected to all this? They fucking earned a normal ass ending.
They did. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
I just kind of wish there would have been a little bit more. I mean, you got more fucking character development out of fucking Naomi, who turns out one of the reasons why her and Hero couldn't be together is because she doesn't.
She's gay. Yeah, by the way, I do
You
love
got more character development out of Naomi than almost literally anybody else,
I was about to say,
except
like,
for Goro. Goro got some love.
Goro turned into a fucking RPG character. Like,
yeah, that was amazing.
I would play a Fallout style game starring Goro.
Right.
Just let that be a thing. So I very much appreciate. I saw a lot of people online completely and totally hating on the fact that they like Ikuno didn't have kids, and that she didn't get her quote unquote happy ending.
Yes,
And I'm
she
just thinking-
did. She
but
and
I'm
Naomi hooked
just
up.
sitting there, and I was like, no, like she's the reason they're surviving. She
Yeah.
saved every single one of them. She is the obvious MVP other than Hero and 02.
Yeah, her happy ending was being the smartest person around and being the most important person, because that's kind of what she always wanted.
The
She wanted
literal
to be
smartest
important
person
to
on
at
the
least
planet.
one person.
Yeah, she became a doctor, taught herself to become a doctor, stopped the premature aging.
Yeah, completely. Like,
And if your happy ending for her does involve her getting with somebody, she and Naomi were holding hands at the end of the episode, and it was not a friend handhold.
yeah, and it's one of those things. Remember, in Japan, like hand holding is not really something.
Lewd.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
then,
It is display of affection. Like,
Oh God. So another thing about Naomi is that she lost an arm, and that part where they were doing the power of friendship scene, all
yeah,
next to the statue,
Yep.
and
Ichigo
Ichigo
being
was like,
a decent
"Ah."
person.
Oh, that was so good.
I'm a hugger
Good
instead
feels.
because she doesn't have a hand here. Like that's good. Thank you, Ichigo, for proving that you are not just a wretched person.
What was
But,
it?
yeah.
Futoshi brings in the bread, and it's like, was Zorome having their third? And like
Yeah.
he's working
No,
on his
not
like
Zorome. It was Zorome and Miku. I don't even think were actually together. They never gave any indication that those two were anything more than what they have always been.
No,
Fuck
you gotta
buddies.
know that they were cordial in the streets but freaky in the sheets.
I mean, possibly, but they did not indicate that those two had kids at all. And they made a point of pointing out everybody's children.
Maybe they were birth control.
Kokoro
Maybe
and
because Miku was another one of those ones with accelerated aging. Maybe she put herself into premenopause.
yeah,
'Cause she was the only one other than Ikuno at the ending that had gray hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. But Zorome Sensei, first of all, that's adorable. They got to become adults, you guys.
They did.
Yeah.
So
did.
they got to become an adult, like he
Oh.
always wanted.
And yeah, Kokoro and Mitsuru were having their fourth kid.
Yeah, and Futoshi got with a rando and just popped babies into her left, right, and sideways.
Boink, boink, boink.
And
Hey,
then
man. He's in the baking business.
Yeah. Buns and ovens all over the place.
oh
and then you guys, Hachi and Nana. We finally got confirmation on Hachi and Nana.
Just and not only that, they're eternal.
Yeah.
They
They
live
don't age
forever.
anymore.
They flash forward these 1,000 years or whatever took place between 02 and Hero coming back. Hachi and Nana discover now 02 and now Hero, and yeah.
and
Like, oh, shit, these are these two.
we get
That is a good
Ichigo
thing.
completely flustered when
Yeah,
Goro
Yeah,
leaves.
when Goro goes to leave and just gives her the full on "I'm coming back for you" snog.
Yep.
Yeah,
Let me
and
go
she's
get
just
that cheek.
completely cut off guard. She's just like,
How does words?
And it was the ending was good. It was not what I honestly don't feel is what we deserve after going through this whole wild trip, and then getting like the most anime ending ever.
Like I said, the ending was too much A1, not enough Trigger.
Yeah, it felt like Naruto.
It wasn't a bad ending, but it was not a Studio Trigger ending.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it definitely.
Look at what we got with Gurren Lagann, both in the series canon and in the 2 movies.
Yeah.
Look at what we got with Kisniver. Look at what we got with Kill la Kill, which don't say anything about that because she's still finishing it up.
I did not enjoy parts of the Kisniver ending. Anyway, moving on.
No, yeah, you weren't meant to.
But they're all
I never finished it, to be honest.
They're all very Trigger endings.
Yeah. But this felt like even if it was a Trigger based one, it felt like they were focusing a lot on what they did with Little Witch Academia, like, which is a shoujo anime through and through. Like, there's not much else other than just shoujo bullshit.
I mean, at the main core, it made you feel for these characters.
Yeah, I felt
it went into subjects you did not really expect for them to be able to cover this well.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and here's another thing. I may be Mandela affecting myself, but I remember when we first started talking Darling in the FRANXX, and in the first couple of really nutty episodes, I'm pretty sure one of us brought up the fact that it was going to be interesting to see how Trigger did with this series with A1 holding half the reins.
I think that might have been me, because I was definitely like, I think I was the most, hey guys, we really need to take a more look at who the other hand holding this anime is.
Yeah, and I ended up like confirming half that stuff later, and then I got confirmation on a bunch of that stuff just recently that I read a bunch of interviews between the staff of A1 and Trigger was like, yeah, they don't produce anime the same way that we do. There was a whole lot of weird stuff going in the very, like, really, it makes sense. Episodes 1 to 15 were like pure 9.5 out of 10 for me.
Yep.
And then pretty much everything after the shonen level power up kind of dropped off for me.
Yeah.
And I was okay for several of those episodes, but I mean, whatever.
It became more and more clear where A1 was pulling harder on the reins.
Yes.
It went down to a 7 out of 10 for me. It really averaged out to an 8.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Like,
I mean, a 8 for an anime is really good. I mean,
yeah,
it's not terrible. It's not the 2 or the 1 that we give other anime.
But it's just one of those things.
It wasn't Junie Tyson.
No, it was not Junie Tyson. But it was just
Junie Tyson was a ride.
It's almost like the trigger twist is that we didn't get the crazy ramp up. Like, we got the what the fuck twist.
Yeah. Yeah, suddenly aliens, and then feels because
I think that was Trigger, and then A1 kind of wanted to bring it back down to earth, literally. I didn't even try for that one, but yeah, okay, a new story begins.
Yeah,
I mean, yes, it was the anime ending, yes, but it was a good ending, not a terrible or an awful ending. It was a good ending for the whole story that they were telling. Could they have done a lot better? Yes.
I do like that they reincarnated, though.
Yes.
That they didn't, because it became more and more clear that they were not coming back in one piece. Not only because of how fucking far out they went, the fight with Virm and almost wiping them out completely.
Yeah.
And just how far the transformation went for both of them. The best way to give them their happy ending after all the bullshit they've been through is to wipe the slate clean. Let them meet when they're kids and have their entire lives together.
Yes. Yeah, and absolutely. I like how we didn't get the names of them.
Yeah, my name is...
Yeah, and then real quick before we talk more, Ichigo's going through the book.
And she finds the shitty drawing.
You suck.
You suck.
And then they fill it in, and it's the bird.
Yeah,
yes.
Beautiful Sean. And
and then the Kokoro's kids have the book.
Yeah, well, that was the thing, is they made it very clear that book spread like wildfire.
Yeah,
it became, like, practically a scripture, and that's not only a very good thing that I liked, because it's very important for especially a society like this to realize why they did things the way they did. But it makes it even more important that Hachi and Nana are there the entire time.
Yes.
Right.
Because now that Hachi and Nana can continue to be there, they've got a bastion of prevention against things going as shitty as they did.
And Hachi is like, maybe I'll change like you. And then
You already
Nana's,
have.
yeah, he
And
already
then he
has.
runs off to play with the kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, there was something I noticed. Like, they didn't revive the kids right away, the ones that were in deep storage.
Yeah, because they wanted to make sure that they could support life.
Yes.
Like,
And I thought, like, oh, wow, that is great. That is amazing that we wanted to make sure we could support more mouths before we woke everyone up.
yes.
Because right now they're safe. They're in deep sleep, minimum
Upkeep, basically.
Yeah. Like, if they were to come in, like, right when they were just barely starting out, it would have been...
It would have ruined everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have all died.
Yeah.
Because they only had Nesseltime or whatever the hell.
Mistletoe.
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 And then the
Mistletoe.
Klaxosaur come back, and they just pretty much go back to slumber, and they let the humanity have Earth.
I was expecting more of. I was expecting a better payoff for that too. Like it. Yeah, like I felt like there should be more.
So we might get possible OVA. Might get we might get the Gurren Lagann treatment and get a movie series. Who knows? We just don't know. But I'll just be okay with this not being.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they didn't like go too far with it and just keep holding on to it and just treating it, giving it the shonen treatment. Like,
give it the Naruto.
Exactly. Like I'm glad that it had its run. They told their story and then they're out. I personally just wasn't great with the finale of the story, but you don't always have to please everybody. Like,
yeah,
there are certain Darlie fans that love the ending, and there are a few, not a ton, but the internet likes to bitch.
Also, a weird thing about the show, surprisingly enough, American audiences were pretty on the ball with the insanity and hype for this. This series did not sell well in Japan.
That's weird.
Sad.
Yeah, like not well at all.
But then again,
4,000 copies of the Blu-ray.
A few of the huge and I think a lot of it was they were expecting a hyper traditional
mecha anime,
and from the few mecha fans that I know, they really disliked this because it's
not a mecha show.
Yeah. But they were expecting that, and they got burned by it, and nothing could save them from that.
And talk about mecha anime.
Yeah, let's get on to our newest one, you guys. Planet With.
So, Justin, tell us the pedigree of this show before.
No! You are not allowed to tell us the pedigree of the show.
I'm not going to tell a pedigree about the show. I'm just going to say I really love the author.
No.
Oh, yeah. The last time this happened, we got Grancrested.
Yes.
Hey, I did.
Please don't Grancrest this.
Yeah.
That is a fair point. Justin, we politely request that you defer from giving us the pedigree so that we don't.
So this show has been in planning for 7 years after my favorite manga artist. And...
But here's the thing, though, is we picked up this show because Josh and I were scrolling through Crunchyroll, and Josh was like, "I'm gonna watch this," and so we watched it. And then Josh went on Slack and was like, "Hey, we should watch this," and so we all watched it.
Good.
And Justin was like, "Oh, I was looking forward to this," and it's like, okay.
So there's okay, so I really like the show. I'm really excited about it. Very happy about it. It's got a standard Satoshi Mizukami opening where you don't really understand a whole lot of the stuff that's going on at the very beginning.
Yep.
You get character introductions, and you get weird episodic action in the beginning. Like it's like almost villain of the week, kind of.
In the first episode.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah, but who's the villain?
Yeah, because
this show is going to get insane.
For those of us who are familiar with the tokusatsu genre, like I know Josh and I are, Justin is, Death by Mages, the quote-unquote heroes, the quote-unquote protagonists that we're following have all of the visual hallmarks of a tokusatsu villain gang.
Yes.
Right.
You've got Edgy McEdgelord and his weird-ass Kamen Rider Ryuki mask. You've got weird cat mascot thing and lowly girl, and they kind of don't really have a unifying theme other than, hey, we look weird. And then
but even they call it out, like, hey, I got knocked out, and then these weirdos picked me up.
And then you've got don't forget Amnesia for Mr. Edgy McEdgelord. That's important. You've got to have Edgy McEdgelord, the amnesiac. And then you have everybody who's got the visual hallmarks of being the heroes with their fancy ass transformation and their posed together as a team because shit just got real, and their matching mechs, which by the way are awesome looking.
Definitely. And Zodiac themed, which I fucking love.
And
you want to sell me on something real quick? You add the Chinese Zodiac and elemental powers, and I am in like Flynn.
Not to mention they have light-themed powers, and the first guy has a tear-jerking backstory about being a firefighter because he didn't get to save his mom.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Like, how...
Like, they give you, like, assassination classroom level, like, feels with just, like, the first, like, them going through their weird...
They assassinate your feelings in the first 10 minutes.
But it's the antagonists? Like, so... I love this, and I hate the frustration that I got about not knowing the fuck is going on. That is entirely a me thing.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I'm loving the ride, but just like, it would be nice to know that this ride is going somewhere.
Yeah, the character that we're following, I haven't learned his name yet.
Soya.
He wakes up.
Boy, literally.
He wakes up, and there's a maid and a cat. A giant humanoid cat.
The fuck is this anthropomorphized cat?
Yeah. That is apparently called Sensei. And that can that eats him.
Curvy ass cat. Yeah.
So two things about the cat. The figures that he picks up in the living room are two of the main characters from his most popular series, Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. Those are just little cameos, and they made me laugh.
Also, you're a Biscuit Hammer.
I am the Biscuit Hammer.
And he Contis him from Furikuri. He straight up eats him.
Yep.
And they go to mech form.
Yeah.
Does anybody else really love his mech form? Because
it's fucking awesome.
Oh
it's so
my
good.
God,
it's so dumb. It's so good. I love it.
And it's that weird but also kind of neat half CG, trying to kind of look animated but not really. What was that show that did the same thing? Valve Rave, I think, did the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's just the first episode.
Yeah.
And then somehow.
So I am kind of glad that I waited, by the way, and watched the first two episodes together, because I can't say that on its own laurels I really fully enjoyed the first episode. Watching them back to back really helped.
Absolutely.
I mean, I can honestly not. I couldn't give you a one way or the other if I would be really in on this, just given the first episode. Because, like I said, I don't need my handheld. I've watched fucking anime since I was 8. Like, I know there's gonna be weird shit going on in them. Like, Fooly Cooly is one of my favorite things of all time, and that doesn't make any bonkers sense. But the characters didn't really grab onto me. Like, none of it really grabbed onto me until the second episode. Like, the second episode came around, I'm like, okay, I can get in on this. Like,
yeah, because with the second episode we get the little bit of exposition.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of interesting stuff that happens right in the first episode, because we have the primary viewpoint character, because we don't know if he's the protagonist yet.
Yeah.
Edgy McEdgelord with amnesia wakes up from a bad dream where he sees the Seven Lights flying off to deal with this fucking monster dragon in the sky.
Yep.
And immediately goes to a dream study book.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is a shonen protagonist kid having a weird dream about fighting a monster, and he has amnesia. The immediate thought process is, oh, he's a missing member of the team, especially once the mysterious unidentified object shows up and a bunch of other heroes with a theme show up, and it's, oh, hey, it's the guys from his dream. Clearly he needs to go join the team. Oh, I'm going to kick their asses. What?
Yeah, and then he realizes what the power is, what's in the bottle. But he doesn't.
We don't know what that is.
Well, no. He realizes something.
Yes, he gets at least a partial memory back.
Yeah.
And says, I'm going to destroy you all.
So he's not from Earth.
No, he is not.
Hence the name Planet With.
Yes.
He's an alien.
Yeah, they're all aliens. So I'm assuming that these are. I'm just gonna throw my quick theory out there that the big guy with the big red hair was at that other planet and he stole their abilities.
Yes, I got the Endeavor vibe from him.
Not Endeavor.
Also, oh my god, they super subverted some really great things in there with the whole, I mean, on the second episode where he was trying to monologue and his dad was just yelling out in the other room.
In the hallway.
Like, he was hitting on he was hitting on the assistant.
The fact that one of the heroes that he recruited is his dad.
Yes.
That's so good.
It's like,
and his dad obviously is a badass. So
yeah, and is apparently addicted to steak.
Yeah, the fucking meat in this, like, I have a feeling that we're gonna get this entire thing is just gonna be fully coolly as shit, and I'm excited for it. But like, yeah, it's like, where'd the last 30,000 go? By the way, that's what, $3,000?
That's $300.
$300.
He spent $300 at a steakhouse.
Ate them out of house and home.
Yeah, he shows up at all-you-can-eat steakhouses and eats until the steakhouse closes.
On
You've
his
opened a
son's
portal to the meat dimension.
But and that's the thing, is we get the flip side of the coin where all viewpoint character wants is some meat, and he keeps getting tofu.
Yes.
And beans
and red bean paste.
I'm wondering if it's because, aside from comedic timing and everything like that, I'm wondering if meat triggers something evil in him or something like that. Like he is secretly a member of that other faction, and any kind of meat will turn him into some kind of raving evil horribleness.
That's a possibility.
Or a giant floating pig monstrosity.
Required watching later, if you have the time, on YouTube. Go look up Caleb City Venus flytrap and prepare to laugh way too much. So yeah, so I have a feeling that he may have never actually had meat before, because he's from another planet and there may have not actually been any meat there.
Yeah, he needs soy to survive.
And
his name is Soya.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a literal soy boy. But yeah, I'm super happy with these two episodes. I'm super excited. I'm obviously completely and totally biased because I love this guy.
No.
So
no.
I think there's
I will turn this show around right now.
I know. I think there's only one show airing this season that I am happier about because it's super ridiculous. And that's Grand Blue Dreaming. I don't know if you guys watched the first episode of that.
I have not watched it yet, but I've well, wait, no. Yeah, we did. They were showing it at PAX. And Delbert and I were there super early one morning, and we're like, "Ooh, there's this Grand Blue game. No, we're showing you the new anime. Here's the first episode." Okay.
What? So wait, was that the fantasy series?
I don't remember. This was
okay because Grand Blue Fantasy is like a fantasy series. Grand Blue Dreaming is a story about a college diving club.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh yeah, Grand Blue Fantasy then.
Wait, why is there already like
doing sports anime? I swear to fucking
13
God.
episodes?
Hey, Josh, guess what? It's not a diving manga. It's a drinking manga.
Go on.
So there are literally rules to the Grand Blue drinking game, and the series has been deemed season 4 of Attack on Titan. I just need you guys on your spare time, go watch.
That might be our next.
Go watch the first episode of Grand Blue, and
that might be our show next week. Then I don't know.
Wait,
because
come back to me, come talk to me, because it's
this season. By the way, we're all kind of like nothing is super jumping out at us.
So
like...
there are actually a couple of shows out on the season. Cells at Work seems like it's possibly very good.
I'm interested in that one. It looks interesting.
Yeah, on the anime Reddit threads for Cells at Work, there is a doctor that comes on and does his own discussion thread talking about what functions those characters in the anime do, and they are accurate.
That's pretty awesome.
And it's great. So that's one that I'm thinking that I might want to go watch. Grand Blue is amazing. There's a show called Asobase, which apparently is just memes for days.
I've watched a couple of the clips that Crunchyroll has been posting on Facebook about it. I'm not sure.
That kind of thing didn't work well with Pop Team Epic, and I don't know if that would work. Like,
who knows? I don't know anything about it other than meme trash. So, but yeah, if you guys go watch that first episode of Grand Blue, and by the time our next podcast there will be a second episode out.
Which Grand Blue are you talking about? Because I found a Grand Blue that had 13 episodes.
That is Grand Blue Fantasy, which is the anime based on the video game that I play for my phone. Grand Blue Dreaming is the newest.
So it's Grand Blue, not Grand Blue.
Grand Blue.
Okay.
And it is ridiculous, and that's all I can really say about it.
Huh.
So
is
that's
it streaming anywhere?
My wife.
This one gets the D, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. My wife does not like anime humor a huge amount, but she laughed at Grand Blue.
Okay, yeah, that's something that I have an issue with as well. Rachel doesn't really like humor anime. Like the closest, something clicked on her for Fooly Cooly, and I don't know what that is, and I'm glad that it did though. But like, she wants the through line. Like, she wants something that is a coherent plot line. And
that's why I can't.
But yeah, for some reason she likes Inuyasha. I don't know why.
More like Inuyasha.
Everyone has their one bad taste anime.
Yeah.
Yep. Mine is Skip Beat.
Hey, Skip Beat is like legitimately good and has been for a very long time.
I mean, okay, it's the story and stuff is well written, but the relationships in that anime are so toxic, but I can't stop reading the manga.
Yeah, you can have an anime and a manga about toxic relations because the world is full of them.
That's true.
It's a bad manga.
I could go on about the conflicts that I have of actually reading and liking Skip Beat, but
yeah.
At least I fully admit that there are things about it that I am not okay with. So
I only read like the first 6 or 7 volumes of it, but I mean, if we're looking for wholesome love stories, you got to go for Ori Monogatari. My love story is like the best.
Yeah, Monogatari is one of mine. I'm not like super into like romancy kind of things. Also, don't at me. I for some reason liked Love Hina when it was around.
Hey, Love Hina was fine.
I heard good things about that.
It's
manga
definitely a guilty pleasure. I don't feel good about enjoying that at all.
See, here's the thing. If you say it's a guilty pleasure and you know that it's a guilty pleasure, people aren't allowed to at you about it. That's how that works.
Don't at me.
So we're going on guilty pleasure? Irregular at Magic High School.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I'm just the greatest. The greatest. Nobody can beat me. I'm Science Jesus.
Pretty much.
I can walk up to the strongest dude in this other Magic Academy, put my fingers next to his ear, and snap and kill him.
It's a very bad anime.
Magic Jesus.
He is.
Well,
please, no one ever watched that anime.
And I promised I would stay until 11:30. So
Well-
I gotta get to bed, guys.
Jeez,
Very
we're
well.
ending early and he's still leaving out us. Get the fuck out of my anime. We'll see you guys next week. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up then. So this weekend, this very weekend, if you are in the Tampa Bay area, you guys, we are going to be at Metrocon in Tampa, Florida, the 19th through the 22nd. On the 21st, which is Saturday. It's a very important day. You know why it's a very important day, Josh?
Because we're having panels.
Yeah, not one, but
two.
Right back to back in the same room. So you don't even got to get up. I will tell security to let you stay there if you're a fan of the show. Anime Otaku Show presents Studio Trigger Subversion Inspection and Looking Beneath the Surface is an anime track B panel room 25. That is 10 a.m. to 10:50 a.m. on, again, Saturday. Very important day. And following that is a little bit of a different version, but pretty much this show, Anime Otaku Show 2017 and early 2018 Anime in Review. Same room from 11 to 11:15. So if you are into that, come in, hang out with us, and let us know that you are a fan of the show. And I don't know, I'll give you a hug or something.
Yeah.
You can touch Josh's beard. Were we literally about to say the same thing, Josh?
Yes.
Damn it, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to take a picture with Josh's beard.
How dare you.
It's like
You
jazz.
missed
It's like
that
C jazz, but it's C Josh now.
See Josh run.
Yeah, so yeah, come hang out with us. I will be there Friday and Saturday at least, maybe Sunday, not sure yet. Plans are weird. Kids and conventions are a little tricky sometimes. I guarantee I'm going to be up there the latter half of the day on Friday, all day Saturday. And obviously Josh, Carey, and I will be there. I have no guarantees of anybody else. Yeah, but come hang out with us. But if you can't, but still want to talk with us after we go off air, which is completely understandable, get over to geek-io.net/Discord for our Discord. We are all there, including Shouty Boy McGee there, Justin.
Hey.
Who got warned his first 5 minutes into there before I made him a show host about yelling at caps. Good job, Justin.
That's my life. You know this.
Hashtag Caps Life.
If you want to support this stream and everything that we do in the Geeko Network, and also get some Patreon exclusive Discordy goodness, get over to patreon.com/geekio. A little bit goes a long way there. And if you want to email the show, you can do so by emailing show@geek-io.net. All of our social media are /geekio show to make it easy for everybody, including myself. And I think that's about it. If you are listening within the next 24 hours on Twitch, geek-io.net/Amazon has a lot of good sales going on, and a little bit comes back our way. Doesn't cost you any extra. In fact, cost you less, strictly because you went through our URL, not at all because it's Prime Days. So for the first time ever, thank you everybody for staying the entire length of the show. We will see you next week. Bye!
Bye!
We're back on regular recording schedules, I think. No, wait, maybe next week. I don't know yet. Bye.
All right, are we off air now?
No, the outro's playing.
Oh, I didn't know there was an outro. That's how bad I am.
Hi, my name is Water Buffalo, and I hope you've enjoyed this Geeko Media Network production. Copyright 2018, you see how that works?
Yeah.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
Oh, hey.
Leave, Justin!
Okay.